share the link on the group again.
Okay, you all started for now, I think.
Yeah, I did start. Just let me know once it's up on YouTube.
Okay. Said it was live now, but I can't find it.
It should be live.
What is going on?
Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are excited to get this wrapped up. We are going to go through the results of 2018 for the last bit of the season.
Found it. Don't panic.
We shouldn't panic.
Here we go. Sorted.
Okay. Did you share it on the group now?
Yeah, so we will have everything. I've got the comments open here so we can give them a few seconds to join in here.
Sweet stuff. Okay.
Got 2 guys watching so far.
That's a good start. I have to say it's extremely hot tonight. Holy crap, after the rain we've had just now.
Even that didn't help
been
there.
Insane. And we had a storm. It was hailing bad. I think it was like golf balls falling around Centurion. So,
jeez. Okay, that is quite scary. But yeah, I think we're good to go.
It was hectic. Okay, guys, welcome. We are gonna finish up the standings for the last 2 series of the season for 2018, which was the Formula Ford and as well as the Brad Green GT3 Cup that we had. The Formula Ford was presented by I think it was a Rental CC, if I'm not mistaken. I keep on getting that name wrong. But yeah, they helped us with that. So Rowan, if you are ready, we can go through the results of the Formula Ford.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah. So I think the least surprising thing of this all was our stand-up comedy man, Rev Hard Mark, actually getting top spot. I think everyone expected that. He enjoys it, and it was actually your rental friend CC, not Rental CC.
There we go.
I've got it right now.
Quick update there.
Yeah, in second place we had Whistler. I think Whistler did miss a couple of races.
Yeah,
also
I think he also suffered from a few DCs and all of that.
Okay.
Smooth sailing for him, yeah.
And then I have to be surprised with myself.
There you go.
In third place, when these standings came out, I was like, "What? You guys sure you guys didn't make a mistake?" And yeah, actually, they didn't. And I am surprised. I think I had a couple of battles with Finger himself that finished in fourth.
Mm. But those cars were something else to drive. I mean, you had to try and find the sweet spot. It's kind of like the Jag in a way, just a lot lighter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the only thing with the brakes on that is as soon as you hit the brakes, it's either you don't brake or you lock up or you hit the sweet spot. So to get it right every turn for me was incredibly
and somehow
difficult.
Mark managed to do that. I remember trying to keep up with him in some of those tracks, and I was like, okay, no. Kind of glad I got DC there. I missed.
But I just wanted to say, I think you also missed a couple of, because it's very strange seeing your name in 5th position there.
Yeah, I think literally that was when I was still struggling with that Mickey Mouse type of internet.
Well, luckily,
so hopefully it doesn't repeat that again. Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't. You've got a better internet connection now, so yeah, looking forward for the next season actually. Then
it's Carl.
Yeah, Carl in sixth.
In
there.
But that's a very close battle though.
Yeah, but I think if we're going down from your name all the way down, there's a lot of guys that either DC'd or they missed out on a couple of races. So I think these guys, because the Revo was faster than me in the Formula Fords, Yui was, from what I saw, I could keep up with him. So yeah, I think a lot of these guys will, if they didn't DC or they participated in all the races, they would have definitely been up higher in the log. But the Revo in 7th, and then Yui in 9th or 8th, sorry. And then I know I still got an outdated name log here because I realized today that ORL SA Bullet changed his name to SA Bullet. So I do apologize for that, Bullet.
He's 9th.
But he's in 9th. And then our own legend, Uncle Folly, in 10th.
In 10th, nicely done.
Yeah. He's actually one of those guys that pitches up for every race. Doesn't matter what happens. He's there and he enjoys it. And hats off.
And that's always nice to see.
Actually, finishing in the top 10.
Proper regular.
I think he's completely happy with himself. Skommel Tolly, I think also he didn't participate in all the races. The ones he did participate in, he definitely did well in. Then it was Bionic in 12th. Yeah, guys, if you have anything to say about this, you can definitely
Dane says stand up, Mark. So he's obviously congratulating him. And Jose also says, well done, Mark.
Thanks, guys. I think these guys appreciate it. Let's see, Bionic in 12th.
I think he also struggling with DCs.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, I think everyone, the lower half, definitely missed quite a few races.
Yeah, it's either they missed or they got DC'd out of a couple of races.
Well, from our qualifying session now, I think it turns out that it doesn't look too bad, the whole disconnecting thing. We had no one DC so far.
Yeah, so far.
So hopefully that carries on for the year.
From what we've done in the off season, the racing I've been participating in, most of the guys that I've been driving with, I think there was one or two that had a disconnection from session, but it's very limited now. It's minimal and it's good, so it looks good for Forza, but we still need those servers here in South Africa.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Then we've got Mr. Skunkworks in 13th. I think he didn't participate in most of the races because that was the stage where Vian got busy with his studies and someone had to take over with streaming and so on, and Mr.
Skunkworks also went on holiday and whatnot.
Yes, he did actually.
World
the
traveler.
Last race. Yes. But yeah, and he stepped in and he took over with the streaming and he did a perfect job with it. And I think he's still glad with 13th with the amount of races that he actually participated in. I know at Long Beach he actually gave Mark a bit of a run for his money.
There you go, you see.
And then in 14th we've got Eben, I think it's Janssen van Vieren in 14th. And then Mika the
now
Monster.
Canadian.
is he the Canadian?
Yeah, he's the one.
Which
he's running on gigabyte a second internet there, so I think he's smiling all the way.
I think he's
just
wait
pity
to
with the
join us
time delay
again,
now.
just to rub his internet in our faces. But then we've got Mika the Monster in 15th. And here's another surprising name at the bottom. And I think he also did only 2 races, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Jose himself.
That's it.
I
think a lot of guys just tried it out to see if it was something for them, and maybe it wasn't.
But I have to say that the Formula Ford was definitely not for everyone. It was extremely difficult car to drive in. And but for
any open wheel cars would become a bit of a pain sometimes.
From the Brad Green GT3, I think the most guys did enjoy the Formula Ford, even though it was so difficult. Mad Max, he participated in a couple of races before he had to finish up for his studies.
That's it.
We've got Kvyat in 18th, and then Q10 Olivier. That's actually Quentin Olivier in 19th, and Dandadu in 20th. He actually went
I think they were both just one
for
race.
A month or so that's why he missed most of the races. But that is your rental friends CC Formula Ford results, and I think everyone definitely can say that was a very hard series to drive in.
Well fought. But now it's time to get to the good stuff. Like, this is what everyone's been waiting for.
I think most of the guys, I think I have to delay them a bit just to get their nerves.
You're going to start a war in the comment section, I think.
That's going to be funny as hell. But okay, so let's get that out of the way, and you'll immediately see the AM group for the Brad Green GT3 Cup.
There it is.
Well, it looked on the points like a runaway thing, but I can tell you from my perspective, it definitely was.
You had to fight for it all.
Runaway. The points difference might be huge, but every race was hard work to keep it up front. I think the two races that I didn't win, the one I actually almost finished last, and the second one that I had to drive insanely fast to get from the back to the to finish second again. But and then my teammate Marco Key in second position. He actually didn't participate in two of the races, so for him to still be in second was a good achievement for him. And then
even Jose says well done.
Thanks, Jose. And then ORL SA Bullet, well, sorry, again, my mistake, it's SA Bullet now, in third. He did actually good. He was up in the top 5 for some of the races, top 10 every race. So he definitely did well. And I
see there's 2 points difference if it was drivers.
Yeah, between him and Quentin.
Quentin,
But I mean, if you look at third, fourth, fifth, is within 7
not
points
even 10
of each
points.
other. So and Libby's actually got disconnected the last race, otherwise he might have been up there in third. But Quentin, he did well. I think he can kick himself with a couple of mistakes he made. I know in Sebring he actually hit the wall trying to catch me up, and that took away, I think it was 3 or 4 places in that race alone. So he's definitely he could have been up there as well. It's one thing trying to catch someone, but if you're giving it all and you hit the wall, that can definitely set you off. So Quentin in 4th, and then Libis in 5th. And then Mornay RSA, he was in the beginning of the series, he was giving me all hell. I think that first race where it was him, me and Marco battling for first, I think that was the battle of the series in my opinion. But we've seen some good racing in this series.
Felt the pressure.
Yes. And then in 7th we've got Mika the Monster. And then in 8th,
also shows up for most of our races.
Yeah, he does. And then in 8th we have Volley Zeda. He's also a newcomer to the AM group, or to the whole ORLSA racing experience. In 9th we had Swartz Racing. 10th was TTSA Remington. 11th, the legend Uncle Folly. And then in 12th, another guy that is giving his all to improve is No Name Champ 29. Beginning of the season, he was definitely struggling, and the last race of the season, he put in actually, I think it was performance of the day for on Hockenheim, where I think he finished 4th, if I'm not mistaken. And then in 13th, I think Dandadu is going to be disappointed with 13th, but also he missed, I think it was 4 races that he couldn't participate in.
That's it.
And then Beck Tech Eater, I think he got disconnected.
I think he only did one race, I think, as well.
Yeah, but I think he got disconnected out of most of the races.
Yeah.
Because he was there every time with qualifying, and then when you see the end of the race, his name shows a DNF. So yeah, I think
that's it.
He's also one of those guys that will look for better internet connection.
That's it, yeah. But because it is a team race, I mean, we obviously have to congratulate the teams themselves then. So we've got Energy Racing in first with 392 points. Obviously, that's because you guys are first and second, even in driver standing. Then you've got Holdmar Beer, which is 243, and Piston Pressure with 162. And then Underdog Racing, who took 4th place, is 139. No Name Racing is 133. And then Outlaws in 6th with 80 points, I think it is there.
Yep, it's 80 points there.
There's your AM group.
Yeah, so congrats to the guys in AM, and I think most of these guys are looking to improve and going through to the semi-pro and even pro with some of them. I think with the new system we have in place, where this is the qualifying we're going through now is going to be the last qualifying for this year. So how it's going to work is, if you qualify in the AM group and you win the AM group, or the top 3 guys in AM will then be promoted to the semi-pro class. And so the bottom 3 from the semi-pro will be then demoted to the AM group, and also the top 3 from semi-group will go to pro, and the bottom 3 from pro will then drop down to semi-pro. So it's going to be very interesting. I think it's something that's going to keep the guys concentrated for the series. It's not like, this guy's running away with the championship, so there's no need for me to drive anymore, because you can lose your place and end up in the AM group if you're not too careful. And I think AM group is not where everyone wants to be.
No, that's it. But look, it's a bit unfortunate. Like, if you battle with internet connectivity, there's just so much you can do. It's just one of those things where it becomes down to viability, I guess.
The thing is how the points will work out as well, is we will give you the benefit of the doubt with the internet issue, where you won't get full points, but you will get some points for something, at least showing up and doing a couple of laps. So you might be better off than a guy that did not even participate in one or 2 races.
Exactly.
So so it just keeps the guys motivated to pitch up and give their everything to see what they can do.
No, definitely. Well, keep the pressure on, I think.
Yeah, it is. And with the AM group finished, we're getting down to the business end almost. It's the semi-pro group. Rowan, if you want to run through the drivers this time, and I'll take the team.
There we go, can do that. Got Skomoltsoli coming in with first at 262. And I remember all of the races, him and Beamerstein were always neck and neck trying to fight it out.
I think it was one or 2 races where Skomoltsoli actually just had the best of it. One of them was Catalonia in Spain.
Yeah,
he was on top there, and he just drove away from the back. And then also in Hockenheim, no one could catch him. He was super fast in Hockenheim.
Yeah, I remember him running away with it. So obviously then we've got Omar sitting in second there at 220. Even Reaper was closing in on that at 130. But he was giving them trouble in a few of the races, so it's good to see that he's got his 3rd place. So well done to the podium finishers. Sully we've got there in 4th with 104.
I think Sully is a bit disappointed with himself as well. I think 2 of the races he didn't participate in, and I think it was in Silverstone. He was taken out and he had to drive insanely fast back. And I think he managed to grab a fourth there. So I think he is happy, but also not too happy about his position. I think he feels he should have been up on the leaderboard.
Definitely, yeah. But then 9 points behind him, we've got Earben. And then some few more points lower is the Flash. I think Earben and Flash were also quite close together during each of the races.
Yeah. Flash definitely had the upper hand in Catalonia. I think if he had a better starting position, he could have definitely gave Scommel Tolly a run for his win at Catalonia.
Then we've got Make My Day, that's Yaku. Also doing quite well, 84. Ooh, just a 1 point difference between him and Flash there, so that came out quite close for them.
Yep.
We've also got ABF and Carl having a good battle there. There's those 4 points between ABF and Make My Day. And then it's Carl, and then we've got the other Carl, Kiwit 201. There's just 1 point between those two. They were actually teammates, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think that was Carl squared or something. But that's it. And then we've got Moras and Warpig, also very close in points, 1 point between the two of them. Tucker and Dylan in AGFR Finger, he's 45 and 42 points each. Paracheese, I think he only did one race with us, if I'm not mistaken. And I think Bearded Wonder also did one, but I don't think he finished.
Paracheese did 2 races. He did the first one and then the second race, and then thereafter he didn't participate again. And I don't think Bearded Wonder actually did a race with us.
But that's your driver, Stanley, so you can run off with the teams quick if you want.
Thanks. Okay, so with Beamerstein and Sully ending second and fourth, they had the majority of points for the team, so they won the team standings with a points of 324. Then we've got Scommel Tolly's team, him and Warpig, with 316 points. And then the Supersonic Maniacs with 185 points. And I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing this name correctly, Hayo Mono with 159 points. I hope I've got it right. And then the A team with 129 points in fifth.
I want to see you say the next one though.
I was just about to think about
this. Is what we're waiting for.
Suri Dasutaru. I know
trying to become Japanese now.
I'm not even sure if they know how to pronounce their team name, but they came in sixth with 122 points. And then in seventh, we've got Clutch Kicking with 99 points. And Team Smokem in eighth with 65 points.
There you go. That's your 8 teams.
Yeah,
that's good to see. Obviously, the points difference comes in because those two first teams were usually first and second at every race. So it's a bit difficult.
With the top 2 drivers, yeah. So for the rest of the guys, I think it was just catching up to see who can be where.
Fight for third, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're gonna go over to the pro class where the business happened. This was very up and down. I think Jersey himself didn't even expect himself to win this. But yeah, definitely this was tight with a couple of races. I remember streaming the Sebring race where I know you, Rowan, was taken off in the first lap.
Yeah. I think that was the race of my life.
I think well, we had this debate the other day. I don't think anyone of us know which is the performance of the series, because you had that incredible comeback. I had that incredible comeback at
Jose's defending that.
Jose did very well defending
all the grey hairs he gave me that lap.
But I think also Jose missed one race, if I'm not mistaken. But either way,
I think it is.
ended.
He actually seems to be running away with the points there.
Well, it looks that way, but I think it was a bit tighter with 2 races to go. But yeah, he ended up with 213 points. Then in second place we have Skunkworks. He was up with Jersey. I think he was leading with 2 races left, and then we got to Road Atlanta, and that track just did not suit you or Skunkworks, and you guys lost a lot of
just
points
couldn't
to
get it.
Jose there. Well, you were actually in the
I think I
lead
took
until
myself
you
out
crashed.
in the wall.
Yeah, I just wanted to say you were actually quite well.
So that
in the
wasn't a
lead
good move
until
on
you
my
took
side,
yourself
yeah.
out. So yeah, but
And Jose says he missed Silverstone, so there you go, confirmed.
Oh yeah, I remember he missed 1 race. Yes, but yeah, like I said, with 2 races left, Gary and Jose were tight with points.
Yeah,
and
always
then,
tussling it out there.
And then Road Atlanta happened. I don't think Gary wants to talk about Road Atlanta, but then Gary had to miss the last race due to him being Mr. Traveller.
Going to the UK, yeah. That's
yeah, but he ended up with 159 points, and Mr. Stand Up himself ending up in third with 141 points. I think he was surprised that he managed to get a third place, because the races that he did finish in third, he was surprised that he actually finished the races in some of them.
But that's the thing with Mark. Mark's extremely consistent. And that's what gets you your points.
I found out when
finishing
I was
races also helps
to practice with him. But yeah, he did a good job. Skyline GTR 32V, I think Road Atlanta was his best race. I think if I got it right, he finished in second on that race. At most of the other tracks, he was struggling a bit, but he's also extremely fast on a day that he can be fast.
That's it. He had his M3 working hard at some stages.
Yeah, he is. He finished with 112 points. And then we've got Rowan
Myself,
in fifth. Well, Rowan, you would have definitely been up there if it wasn't for you missed the first race.
The internet. Yeah, the first one I missed because I was in Spain. Yeah. Just let me rub that in there.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, I think it comes down to
Sebring, you were taken out, and then you had to race your way back to second. Yeah. I think Silverstone and Catalunya. No, Catalunya you actually did finish, but Silverstone you got DC'd. So yeah, I think if you participated in the first race and you didn't have the DC issues, then yeah, you'd have definitely been up there. Well, we have to say the races that you DC'd, Skunkworks finished, and the races that he DC'd, you actually finished.
That's the thing. I don't think we ever got a podium. It wasn't like
not together, no.
It was not meant to be, I think. We'll have to revisit that series, try and get a rematch.
And then in 6th place we have Darivo 84. In 7th we've got Bionic. I remember Bionic but I think it was just due to finishing positions that Darivo was in 6th and Bionic in 7th. Or sorry, Bionic in 7th and Carl and Kyle.
8th, yeah.
But I remember the first race for the pro class at Laguna Seca. I remember Bionic and Mark having a tough battle until the final lap. That was very good to watch. Then in 8th we've got Kyle with 82 points as well, same as Bionic. 9th we've got Whistler. I think Rowan mentioned earlier that Whistler had a bit of issues with his internet as well. Also got a couple of disconnections. And then we've got Novitec with 68 points. Well, actually all these we've got Sean and Novitec with 68 points each. In 10th and 11th. I actually missed Sean's name there. He finished in 10th, and then Novitec in 11th. And then we've got Big Mac in 12th with 60 points. And then Lovat in 13th with 54 points. Yui in 14th with 42 points. And then Jaco Albert with 11 points. And then
Mad Max
in 16th with 2 points. But yeah, we all know
yes.
he had to go and study, so he didn't participate in too many races.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can carry on with the team standings there.
Well, obviously, I think it's Jose's team with X-Force. We had 295 points. But I mean, if you look at the points, it's literally 32 points. It comes down to
33
at
points,
least one race. Yeah.
It's
extremely
if you take
close.
out if you actually participated in Laguna Seca, and let's say you didn't disconnect at Silverstone or one of the other races that you disconnected in, it would have probably been a different story
close,
with the team standings.
And that's the thing. That's what's the nice thing about pros. The pressure is always on. So internet connectivity is going to be a pain in the ass. So it's just one of those things you're going to have to fight through. So hopefully it's a thing of the past, but we'll see what happens this year. Then we've also got Boost Bros, which was part of Renault's team in Skyline at 194. Then we've got RB Racing, which is 4th place at 183. Chubby Bandits at 166. Russock Motorsports is 131. Chubb Fella is 128. And G920 is 13. Obviously, that's part of Mad Max and Albert's team, though.
Yeah, that's the team.
So they didn't really do too many races with us.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's it. That was a good series, though. I'm sure everyone will agree that's probably one of our favorites.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I didn't participate in the touring cars, but we did a session earlier this year where we tested the lobbies, and I can't wait for us to have another touring car session. I think it's going to be good.
We're going to have to do it soon.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so then that's done for the Brad Green GT3 car.
There we go. So that's both series done. Now it's to the next bit of this show.
Yeah, we're going to run through some nominees that we thought about and so on. We're going to start out with the rookie nominees.
There we go.
These guys are in AM class, or they were in AM class, and they definitely performed well for guys that joined ORL-SA for the first series, basically.
That's it. Yeah, and, their first runs with us.
Libby's actually had a win at Road Atlanta. No Name Champ from where he started out at, I think his first race with us was Catalunya.
Yeah, which is almost halfway through the season, I think.
Yeah, he got DC'd out of the session. Road Atlanta, he got DC'd out. And then came Hockenheim, and he was absolutely brilliant at Hockenheim. Q10 Olivier, he was on it from Silverstone when he joined. He qualified first position in his first race, and he was spot on every race, pushing as hard as he can. So yeah, these guys definitely in the AM class, I think they did fantastic. Actually,
the one thing everyone's
the guys,
the one thing I think everyone needs to know as part of this, if the guys have won the championship or came first in like AM, then we haven't included them in this, just mainly because there's a prize for winning the championship, and now there's going to be a prize for this as well. So we don't want one person running away with too many things. Spread the love.
Just be unfair. So I just want to know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Who took this Rookie of the Year prize?
I think it's definitely a close battle. Everyone was fighting hard. But I think it definitely becomes like how well and consistent they were. And I think all three of them were extremely consistent. I remember pretty much all three of them being top three in most of the time.
Yeah. No, so but I would like to know what you guys think. Who do you guys say? Who's going to take this
prize? We've got Yui
prize?
saying Libby's, so he's the first one to vote. But yeah, it is predetermined. So, and then Jose says No Name Champ. So, like I said, it's been close throughout the races, and now it's close in the comments as well. There's nothing going to change.
Actually, if I had enough resources and stuff, I would have had a drum roll going through now. And let's reveal this.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, now. Congratulations, Levies. It was a very tough decision to make, but definitely when you started joining us, you did very well for a new guy with ORL SA, and yeah, congratulations with this. I don't know if you want to add anything
about your prize and all of that.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We'll PM you everything.
Yeah,
it's just to say thanks for participating and getting the numbers in.
And we can't wait to see what you are capable of with the next.
And Gary was saying earlier in the stream that he actually thinks Leebies is on his way to a pro group, so we'll have to see now.
Well,
I think
the way
he's not wrong.
Leebies qualified, he might just be ending up in the pros, and that will definitely, well, that's good news for everyone watching. I mean, this guy joined as an AM, and
he's going to make the jump
looks
straight
like he's going to
skip
from AM straight through to pro. So yeah, there is a bit of hope for everyone in the AM group as well. Okay, now we're going to go to the most improved guys.
There we go. And once again, let's not the winner of the championship. We can't stress that enough. Like you'd like to give it to the same person, but some people also deserve some others.
Yeah, well, we have to look at the guys below the top 3 to look who actually also did well, or besides the winner of the championship. But yeah, I think these guys also, Reaper was one of the guys that also pushed very hard.
Definitely.
The Flash, we mentioned him earlier with his drive at Catalunya. He was also every race he was
lived
there.
up to his name there.
Yeah. And
then we've got no name champ again. Yeah.
We had to include him. Like we said, he joined his first race, he disconnected. Second race, he disconnected. And if you guys were watching the streams, he was qualifying mid to low back, and then he decided to take it upon himself to start practicing and to find his rhythm. And
I think it worked. Because even if you see the qualifications this evening, the last
race of the series, he did extremely well. I was so surprised, and even from there, the amount of times we've raced with him in the evenings now since the Brad Green finish, he's there, he's practicing with us, and he's enjoying it, and it's definitely paying off for him. I mean, even with the Jag, he managed to put in a 1 minute 36 time during practices, which is extremely difficult for some people.
No, exactly.
So yeah, and that is the reason why he is the most improved driver of the year. So congratulations, No Name.
I think he's well deserved. That's it.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, for most improved driver, if you want to look out for someone who is the most improved, have a look at this guy. He is definitely outperforming himself. Now it is the final award that we will be giving to. Oh no, it's actually not the final award, but it's the final official reward for the 2018 season. So it took us a while to get to this category, but it is a category that I think a lot of people miss it. Actually, they don't look out for it, and we actually decided to have a look at it.
This was a very good one, though.
These guys is the guys that put in effort to make their cars look good.
That's exactly it.
Again, admin is not involved in this, so admin can't win this. So I'm going to show you guys the nominees of what we decided to go with, and if you guys feel that there was someone else also deserve to be mentioned, please throw your name in the comment section.
Everyone loves to get a bit of credit.
Yeah, on the screen now, you've got the 3 nominees that we decided on, and these guys they went out of their way to make their cars look good. So with this included, admin was excluded, and also the winners was excluded.
Yeah.
So
but that's what I say. I have no idea how SA Bullet gets his like 3D effects going on. It's just,
but
I don't know.
He puts in a lot of time.
Boggles my mind.
And then another nominee, Darivo. Darivo is absolutely fantastic with his designs as well. I mean, if we look at the V8s that we're participating in on Wednesday nights, he made all those liveries, and he's doing a proper job of it.
And they look good.
They do look good. And
then also
Reaper as well. Yeah. They did a fantastic job with their livery in the GT3 Cup. So yeah, if you guys feel there should have been more nominees here, throw their names in the comment section. Let's have a look and see what you guys think of this.
But yeah, I think everyone knows the winner though.
Well, let's ask this. Put the winner in the comment section. Let's see who gets this right.
Well, Yui's already said Bullet, so I think it's kind of given that away.
Yui, stop jumping.
Yep, Jose's there's the next one. SA Bullet. That's it.
And yeah, the best designer winner is SA Bullet. Well, if you look at his Brad Green,
it's just crazy.
Martin, it was beautiful to look at. So yeah, that is the finalized winners for the 2018 season. Now we're gonna have.
Now it's getting to like the place, where everyone's been waiting for.
Well, I'm just gonna quickly add this picture. We added this picture on the WhatsApp group and on Facebook earlier today, and we said if the guys gets this right, they stand a chance to winning something.
That's exactly it.
Well, I'm just waiting to get the picture ready because it's not going to be ready now because I'm only adding it now. So I'm just resizing it. Okay, so there is the picture that we added on Facebook, and then we said, let's have a crack at it. You have to name
see if anyone can guess what it is,
and the series, what this is going to be. I still don't know how you did it. I mean,
I don't know.
I can barely.
I don't know. Anyone got it right though.
I made the
I knew what the
picture
series
and
was. I could barely tell what it is.
I made the picture and I couldn't even tell what I made here. It looks like a smudge. That's all I can see. I can see a red wing and that's about it. But it could be a Subaru.
Apparently that's enough to give some people away as well.
I still do not get how he gets this right. Well, I haven't checked the Facebook comments, but what I've been told is that Jose was the one that was the first to get it right. So I am going to review it, but at this stage,
so far it's looking that way.
Yeah, Jose is the winner for this. I still don't know how he got it right. If there's any guys that wants to take a guess.
Well, Levy says it was easy. Just look at the lights.
What lights? I can't even see lights. Like I told you guys, I made this pic and I can't even see a car there. How do you guys
So I think we're just gonna have to clear it up, just to confirm everything.
To confirm, our next series, starting the 28th of January, will be. Oh wait, no, not that. I was too excited for this. Is this? It is the MTS GT Reborn Racing.
There you go. And I think this is going to be insane.
A lot of people were asking for cars with a lot of power and less handling, and I personally think this is this. And I can't wait for this series to start.
Yeah. I think the best part of this is going to be this change of race format as well. Like as you guys can see, we're going to do 2 heat laps. Well, 2 heat races, sorry. And it's just to spice things up a bit. I mean, you can do 15 laps, 30 laps, but then it's kind of becoming an endurance thing. So now we've tried to spice things up a little, and now we're going to split into 2 15 laps. Look, the laps will depend on how many. We're trying to aim for about 30 minutes a race. So if we can get the laps times a bit more or less, if the laps are longer, obviously it'll be less laps. But each lobby will have different weather. It's just to keep things interesting, and doesn't let people run away with it that have a favorite track or favorite car and track combo.
The first heat will be static. It will either be dry. Well, it will be dry, but it will be day or night.
That's
no
exactly
other
combination or
conditions involved. It will be day or night, and it will be dry. But then heat 2, we're just gonna mix it. Are we gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and this is how you're gonna race, and that's how we're gonna pick it. So this is gonna throw guys out with strategies. So if you're gonna throw out a strategy for wet racing and then it ends up dry, you might be struggling a bit.
Yeah, and so the best is to practice a bit of everything.
So the best thing will be to get your setups correctly. And also another thing with the setups, Ron, if I'm correct in saying this, the AM group are only allowed to use either their own tunes or ORL SA tune, and then the semi-pro guys and the pro guys own tunes.
Yeah, well, I think what we can do is if guys do have a problem with that, we'll see how they feel, and if the majority of each of the lobbies or whatever wants a certain way, we can do it. But I think for now, I think pro and semi should be able to do own tunes at least.
Yeah, they should be at a level where they should be able to do their own tunes. But yeah, we will definitely take it up if the guys have an issue with that. But yeah, I'm definitely looking.
I think we can chuck them in the deep end and say that they'll be quite keen on it.
They should be. But yeah, I think,
learn to swim, guys.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be an exciting series.
No, it's definitely going to be awesome.
Unfortunately, the poster for the series that will be running with the main series is not done yet. That we will throw out on Facebook during the course of this week. So definitely, guys, I think it's also something that is going to be intriguing to a lot of people.
We hope to keep everyone doing it.
I've had a look at the cars that is available for those for that series, and there's only 4 cars available. It's going to be epic to choose a car.
It's going to be close,
get it out there. So yeah, so definitely. So this is our main series where we'll have the AM group, the semi-pro group, and the pro group. And then for the fun event running with the main event, we will be announcing that in this week. So definitely look out for the
as soon as we get it ready, we'll get it down to everyone.
Yeah, it will. I think everyone will be excited to see this coming. So yeah, listen, you guys, that's it for tonight. It was an awesome qualifying session earlier today, and now with the 2018 finally done and dusted, I think everyone
now we can move on to bigger and better things. I think.
And I think everyone is excited for this next series coming up.
But yeah, I think from our side, we are glad to see everyone is still here. People seem happy. We've got a few comments here saying that it's going to be mental from Sully. Jose still going on about Audi, saying it's got a huge wing. So he's not wrong. But yeah, it seems... Libby's is even asking why Brands Hatch. But yeah, like Yui said after that, it's a bit of a tough one because we actually chose qualifying on. We said this,
and
we do
just to let everyone know, This was decided, the GT Reborn Racing with the track, or all the tracks that we will be participating in, was decided maybe a month or two ago. And then beginning of last week, I think Rowan put out the post on Facebook for the qualifying. No one knew the Jag was going to win. That was so surprising.
It was just fluke,
that the people took the Jag. So it was not on purpose to have Brands Hatch with the qualifying,
that's just how it worked out,
and with the first event going on. But yeah, if the Jag is exciting on Brands Hatch, I can't wait to see these reborn cars on this track.
But now everyone can start choosing cars and everything, so
they can start practicing. And
actually, what is it, a week?
No, it's 2 weeks. What's
2
the
weeks,
date
2
today?
weeks,
It's the 14th. It's exactly today.
Yeah,
2 weeks
exactly
from today.
2 weeks. There
the
you go.
28th of the Monday 28th. Just another thing. So the Monday the 28th will be AM group. The Pro group will be on the Tuesday, and then the next Monday will be the semi-pro group, and then the Tuesday after that will be the fun event. We will be sending out a calendar during this week, so everyone can stay.
I think we'll change it
with
as
their
the
groups.
Group profile picture as well and whatnot.
Yes,
that seemed to work quite well.
And by Thursday morning, we should know who's going to be in which group after the qualifyings, and then we will add and remove the guys from their respective groups, AM, semi, and pro groups, on the WhatsApp groups as well. And then that's where we will change the profile pic to the calendars and so on. But thanks guys for watching, and have a wonderful evening.
Good night, guys, and we will see you soon. Hopefully you guys see some testing. We'll probably have a few testing lobbies open and whatnot, so feel free to join us and let's get this going.
Cool guys. Cheers.